I'm gonna get straight into this one. This strap was way too long for my small little wrists. I'm making a watch modding video. Well, why not just buy another strap, you say? They are only a few bucks on sites like AliExpress, and I'm sure you could easily find one despite the odd 17-ish millimeter width. But you see, dear viewer, that's a couple of bucks. Why go to such lavish lengths when I can do something about it myself, with scissors? Using the original strap to match the corner radius will help hide the jankiness of the DIY and keep it looking original. I also used this orange spinny tool to soften up the edges, hiding the rest of the signs of hacking at this myself. Honestly, doesn't look too bad. And if you're close enough to comment on my watch not being up to code, two things. Hello, you smell nice. And I don't really care about why are you so close. Trying it on for the first time, and so much better. But now we're gonna see how this goes. That's not all I had planned for this watch. One reason I went with a budget branded watch, other than liking the design of this one, was to experiment with taking watches apart and doing some simple mods, without having to worry about being out too much if things don't exactly work out. Obviously, going to start with taking out the 4 screws holding on the stainless steel back case, before setting that aside, and then I carefully remove the thin rubber gasket that makes this watch good for washing hands and rain. There is our module, and you can see the lines on the display for the little analog clock are actually separate from the faceplate. The last thing to take out is the inner faceplate. Even though this watch was fairly minimal to begin with, I wasn't personally a fan of all the white accents throughout the dial. Simply using some strong IPA and a cotton swab, I was able to rub away the white paint, though if you are trying this yourself, I'd recommend not to scrub too hard or long, as you may begin to remove the black paint from the brass plate as well. While I originally ordered this watch with the negative display, so I didn't have to rotate the polarization film myself, the white markers for the analog dial were permanently painted on to the polarizer. Wanting a more stealthy, blacked out look meant I'd have to swap the polarizer anyway. Removing a polarization film is fairly straightforward and is just a matter of pulling the topmost layer off of the glass of the LCD panel. A craft knife makes lifting a corner a lot easier, allowing the rest to slowly be pulled away by hand. There wasn't much adhesive or residue left over on mine except for a small spot in the corner, which was cleaned up with the alcohol again. Replacing the polarizer is a bit more involved than removing it, but also not a difficult task to do if you just take your time. The replacement sheet that I purchased isn't anything special. Literally the cheapest piece of adhesive polarizer film I could find on AliExpress. Of course it didn't come marked, so I put an S for sticky side, and definitely won't get confused by this the next time I try to use it. I found the correct orientation for a negative display by rotating the film until I got the best contrast, then traced the original film to get the correct size needed for the watch display. Some more scissors, and the film was trimmed as close as possible to fill the entire LCD before carefully making sure to press out any visible bubbles with another swab. Now that the display is done and it's still functioning is the scary part where we're going to make sure that it really doesn't function. Well, I mean, no, hopefully it does function, but we're going to try. This is exactly why, mind you, that I bought the cheap watch. We're going to fill it with baby oil. We're going to do a hydromod, but with baby oil. I guess first we gotta take these straps off as well. I wonder if this will be small enough. You'd think I'd never watched before. Okay, we want it to be facing up so we know which way is which. Now, I did make sure that this is just mineral oil with smelly. Mineral oil with smelly. I know mineral oil can cause some reactions with plastics over time, making it brittle, blah, 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 but who knows, who cares? This is a cheap watch. This is why I'm doing it with a cheap watch. Try this at your own risk. You usually use something like a mineral oil. That's why we bought a test watch, to do all of these mods on and just see how it works before ever trying this on something that we actually care about. Seeing as this is baby oil, this bottle cost me, I don't know what, $1.25. I paid 12 Canadian dollars for the watch, something like that. Module seated. And because it's baby oil and I've got a small container, I can afford to fill it up so I can actually flip it over. I'm going to try to squirt it kind of like into the case. Try to get all the air bubbles into it, I guess. Don't do that. Let's flip it over, see what we got. Do you know what we don't have? I swear I do this for everything. I wanted the mid-frame in there. I mean, it looks good without it, but... Okay, flip it over. Module out. Oh, we do want to keep the water resistance gasket, so I'm going to put that all the way down in there. There, I believe that's sitting in the right spot. We want the case back, run a coating on the back of it. Slide that over. Okay, I believe that all lines up. Now we just gotta get the screws in. Now, the trick that I'm going to do is when I put these screws in, I'm going to push down on the case back, which will compress the oil, spilling some of it out. That way they're causing like pressure. That way there, when I push the pushers, it'll have a little bit of room to naturally expand and be able to actually press pressures. That make sense? Yeah, you can definitely still see the gold ring around that, but I honestly still like that a lot better than the white. And that analog clock looks a lot better without those white lines on it. So let's go get this cleaned up. We'll use some mild dish detergent that, you know, I've got so many greasy ducks. Here's my greasy duck, I'll go wash it with the dish detergent, and we'll be back. There, done. I hope. World time. Beeps work, buttons work, pushers, whatever you want to call them. Light. Or you can't see the light in this. It does work. Cool.
It's now been 1 month since modding the SKMEI 2347 and filling it with baby oil, and I think it looks great and has held up well. It has a more stealthy look, while still retaining a lot of its, originality. And the negative LCD pops thanks to the hydromod. The oil has filled the air gap between the faceplate and the acrylic crystal, making it almost disappear and seem like a single piece, while also improving the viewing angles of the LCD itself. I think the analog dial looks great too, despite the added ambiguity from removing the hour markers. There is still a gold ring around the small animation dial, where some of the black paint had started coming off, and in this shot you can also still see some of the white markers that I didn't fully remove, though these are barely visible to the eye during everyday use. I had already thought the watch looked good to begin with, but in my opinion, it looks even better now, looking both more premium while remaining fairly low-key. Of course, being basically completely blacked out means it will look good with pretty much any outfit I'd wear. See seeing as that's the only color I wear anyway. The SKMEI 2347 is a relatively small and light watch, but having filled it with oil has noticeably increased the weight from its original 33 grams, despite removing a short length from the end of the strap. While I cannot speak for long term yet, there has been no oil leaking at all from either around the case back and screws, or from out of the pushers, even when pushing. Water resistance obviously still remains, and while I don't have the means to properly put this to the test, should actually perform even better now. Not related to the mod, but since I mentioned long term, I also wanted to note on the accuracy of the SKMEI watch compared to one of my Casio over 30 days. As you can see, the SKMEI has fallen behind by 45 seconds, while my F105W has drifted ahead 12 seconds in the same amount of time. Lastly, I'm going to show the EL light still working beautifully. Along with adding watches into my channel, modding videos are something new to me. Though I do enjoy tinkering and have a history of electronics repair. If you're enjoying the watch videos alongside the digicams, or enjoyed this kind of desk video, let me know down in the comments. I've got a list of videos in the works. I swear, I'm just really slow at making them. But subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell if you'd like to be notified when I finally do something. All support is greatly appreciated and helps keep me motivated in making more content. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.